Wow. Alright, guys. Kion here. I'm excited for this little project that I've been thinking about for a little while. This is a game that is very close to my heart, and for those of you who don't know what it is, it's called Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. It is one of the very first RPGs that I got through on the Game Boy Advance when I was, around 11 or 12. And I think it's incredible. I still do. I find the artwork incredible. I just find the story and the gameplay incredible. And so, just a section of our Kickback Gaming. As you guys know, I am not the best at video game players. I've done some cooperative stuff with my brothers on their channels, and I've told you I'm not the best player of all time. But I am excited to try this out again and to really just enjoy my time. And we're gonna kind of do a variation of this where it's kind of like a Nuzlocke, like a Pokemon Nuzlocke that we're all familiar with. But instead of this is that all my party members will be randomized once we get to that point, and I'll show you kind of how that is at the end of this episode. And then with the same idea as if they die, I can't use them again. And that'll just make the whole gameplay a little bit more difficult. I'm just going to quickly get through this just because it is a tutorial. I do love how the tutorial kind of sets up the game, but I think we're going to get through that really quick, and just so you guys can kind of see more. So I'll go briefly, I'll hold the word text just for a little bit for those who've never seen this game before, kind of wondering what's going on. Just that way you guys can kind of be caught up with what's going on. I'm not going to do any of the voice acting probably right at the beginning. Just so we can get through this tutorial, just because it's a pretty long one. I mean, anyway, I think it's really interesting how they all set it up. Like, they use such a very relatable outlet to set up the game, at least the combat system. And I think a snowball fight was a brilliant way to do that. And I just think it's really, really cool how they can do all that. I can't be the new kid forever. Sure I can. I can be new all I want. So this is the name that I started using it when I was a kid for my Final Fantasy characters in these tactics games. It's just Rick with a K. And I think I'm just going to stick with tradition there. And the music is so good in this game too. It greatly amplifies the mysticalness of a Final Fantasy game. I just think it's so great. These are I think these are hidden treasures among the Final Fantasy genre, because they take the environment in a very new way as well. They make it very different than just a regular Final Fantasy game, and I love that. Yeah, man, California is nothing like this. Wait a second. Man, this is his first snowball fight. You learn a lot about the characters right from the beginning. And that's another point I kind of want to point out, is that it really does a good job at bringing out the stakes, who is who. I mean, you can tell that you are a new kid, so you're kind of shy, but at the same time you stand up for Mute. And then Mute's very shy, you can tell he's been through stuff. And then Ritz, which is the redhead girl, she's very strong-willed as well. I think it's pretty interesting. We're just going to try and get through this as quick as we can. You threw that snow. Oh, you missed. How could you do that? So at that point, guys, I think I don't need any repeat the lesson. I got it, Ritz. It's basically just throwing a snowball. It is my first time, of course, but we'll see how well we do, huh? And this isn't a battle that we need to win, so I'm just going to wait. Just because I think it needs to go through a couple rounds before it gets done. Look at Mute, dodging it like a ninja. Hey, they're all targeting him, and they have a lot more life than him. They have like 26 life, and he only has 8. It's easier to hit somebody from behind or from the side. No. Lisa! I really do like the intro, but at the same time, I really wish that it wasn't this long. Like, I feel like this part, they could have gone a couple turns and we would have gotten the basics of it. And I just really wish it was like a lot quicker to get in the gameplay. But it's okay. Life will go on. Hey, no running away, Mute. That's what Mute does best. Ha 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 ha. So they do a really good job of setting up the bullies, of setting up that Mute is kind of the class. They pick on him. We're not breaking any rules. We're just beating up a kid. Yeah, that's justified. I think that's the point where I'd lose it, is the moment that someone threw a rock at me or my friend, I'd be done. I'd be like, okay, you're dead. Hey, I didn't throw any rocks. Sure you didn't, buddy. So the ends just defines the means. I feel like that's going to be a big part of the episode, or a big part of the game. Where did you go off to, man? Don't you know that you should never leave people just doing a snowball fight if you started that? I mean, like, it's just silly. I think it's still like, I mean, he knew that the kids were picking on Mute too. Like, why would you just leave? It's just silly. We're the same age, Ritz. Oh, we have a little brother. I forgot about that. Little brother. Man, it's crazy to go back and play a game that you haven't played in a long time and you're like, oh yeah. Donated. Donned, something like that. The donate, I like that better. That's what we'll call him. Oh man, I just love the music. I'm really hoping that you guys like this series just because I'm excited to explore this game just for some new twists. It's going to be way fun. I'll be waiting. Not in a weird way, of course. I would never be waiting weirdly. Just funny. Funny line. I'll be waiting. So I think while we're doing through this opening, we can kind of talk about the idea that I have for this. So one of the main reasons that I kind of had an interest in going through this game again is just because I was playing the second one actually, and I started thinking about because me and my brother started doing up a channel again, and I kind of started thinking about like what possible games could I do. And my idea is for my segments of the channel is to be kind of a kickback, kind of relaxing kind of game. You guys have fun watching me be terrible at video games. While I still love them, I'm not the best, and I kind of just was thinking about. I'm a big Pokemon lover. There are only really two games that I consider myself very, very like pretty good in. Like I'm not the best, but I'm pretty confident in them. Is Smash Bros. And in Pokemon, and I'm not the best in either. But those are the ones that I care about most, and I have the best skills in. And so I've loved Nuzlocke ever since. I lived in Mexico for a couple of years, and so ever since I got back and learned about those, I really got excited about Nuzlocke and kind of what they were all about with Pokemon. And I was just thinking about how could I apply it to other things, or if I wanted to do my own. But then I was just kind of like, I want to do my own thing, you know? And I've never really seen Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced videos, which I'm really sad about because I do think it's a great game. It introduces a lot of different ideas and a lot of different variations of the world of Final Fantasy, and so I kind of wanted to do a video about that, but I didn't want to make it just like a normal playthrough of it, and so I had the idea, let's go with kind of a more spruced up version in which it's more randomized for me. And I mean, obviously you can't randomize it like a Pokemon where you find random Pokemon in whatever route you're in and stuff like that, and there's not necessarily routes that I can get Pokemon on, but kind of the idea of how it's going to work is once I get to the point where I get to my party, I will grab a dice and I will randomize the number that I get. So for example, let's say if I go to 3 on the class change screen, I'll just move over 3 to the right, and we'll start there, and we'll see kind of where what class I get. I could get 3 or 4 white mages, you never know. I mean, it's kind of up to fate there. And then once I'm at that point, once the classes have been chosen, I can't change that class unless there is 2 weapon abilities learned. So for example, if there's an ability that I can learn from a shield, that doesn't count. I need to have 2 weapons abilities, and for some classes that may happen earlier on, in which I can learn those a lot quicker, and for others I may have to wait a lot longer. So it's gonna be kind of fun to kind of see where that is, and then once I mastered those two weapons abilities, I can switch my class, but it's still at random, so I could come right back to it and have to learn 2 more again. So it's kind of a risk to have to switch because you know, you may not have to necessarily get anything from it. But it's going to be kind of fun to see the different variations of it. And then, like I said earlier, if man, look at this art. This is so cool. Like, I mean, this is only a Game Boy Advance game. That's pretty incredible. But then also at the same time, if any of my party members dies, they must be released or taken from the group, whatever that is. I think you fire them or whatever that might be called. But then if it's an important character like my main character, obviously I can't get rid of him from the group. So if there's a mission where he does need to be in there, I will have to just leave him in there and he'll just have to wait. He'll just take up a space. I can't use him at all. So, and that'll be for the remainder of the game. So he'll just take up a space. And if Mont Block, that can happen. I know with him as well. I think he's the Moogle that you get on your party later on. Spoilers for anybody who doesn't know. He's also a main character, and so sometimes you can't. You have to have them in the battle, but if they've died, you can't get rid of them because they're main characters. And so I'll just make it so I have to wait in battle. It'll be my own penalty to myself because they're probably gonna be the ones that are gonna try and protect the most, because that would really suck to have just 2 spots taken and 2 people that you can't use. And so I'm gonna try my best to figure that out. But so it's gonna be really interesting. So obviously, if a party member dies in battle, it's dead. I can't bring it back. Phoenix Downs are useless in this game. It's basically just like Sephiroth's sword through, you know, in Final Fantasy VII. And so once a character dies, they're dead, and I can't use them again. I have kind of had the thought about if prison was the same idea. I don't think so. I think if they go to prison, I'll just have to get them out or anything like that. But I'm going to try to avoid that because then you lose benefits and stuff like that too. So I don't want that to happen. You know, I've kind of been noticing the room here. It's kind of interesting to see what kind of time period it is, because they still have like an old-fashioned stove where they're boiling water there. But like somebody has a skateboard and they have a TV and lamps and stuff like that. So I think that's really interesting how it all, whatever time period this is, it's really interesting. So I hope that makes sense. I mean, if you guys have any questions, I will try to put details within the information below on the channel. But that might take a little bit just because I have to write them up, and I'm kind of bulk recording this from the beginning. And if you guys have any questions about the lock or anything like that, you can let me know. But so that's the basic idea. It's basic ideas for Pokemon locks, where if your party member dies, you can't use it again. And then I'm going to randomizing my own classes, in which so I don't know what I'm going to get. And if I get a new party member, I have to randomize their class as well. And so that's the thing, is that I have various encounter rates. I can't just go sitting there and like recruiting a ton over and over again, but I think it's by happen chance anyway. I don't know exactly how I get new ones. But so we'll see how that kind of works. Ooh, I mean, I just love this music. It sets up the tone of what's gonna happen here really, really well. Oh man, I just love this game so much. The book opens up and crazy stuff happens. Oh, it's so cool. I just love the artwork of this game. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're having some Infinity War action here. For all of you who knows what happens in Infinity War there. That's really crazy. Oh, that's just so cool. Oh, those people just transformed. That man turned into a lizard. That's crazy. That is so insane. No, Donut! Donut, don't leave! Donut, no! Oh, look at my green jammies. I love those pajamas. I better not lose those pajamas. I love them. They're my favorite pajamas. And this will make it, I think, also so where I haven't used any, like I'll be able to use classes that I've never used before, at least more to an extent. Because I mean, I think I've used most of them before, but I haven't used a ton of them. And so, like, I've used the basics, the ones that I liked, and this will just give me an interesting variation. It'll make me think a lot more. It'll make the game a lot more interesting. What? Koopa? I always wonder why they say Koopa. I wonder like how that came to be in the Final Fantasy universe. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to cause any offense or anything. Those clothes. You're a soldier, aren't you? A soldier? I just think I love how like kind of dramatic it is right at the beginning. Whoa! Did they just like? He's gonna Hitmon block. I don't like that idea at all. And this is gonna be really where we get to see kind of the more combat stuff that happens here. So you just want to ask me to marry him? Is that what you're saying? That's what not what engage means? And you know, in a weird way, this game is actually a lot like Pokemon, where just randomly this guy will want to fight me, you know what I mean? Are you for real? How did he... That's crazy. How did I miss that? That hurt a lot, actually. Yes, they're both in magic. That a boy! See, I remember as a kid. Are you for real? Holy cow! I remember as a kid, the spell that I would always use was Thunder. I love that spell. Not liking that at all. And just so you guys know, the lock actually does not start until I can randomize my party at the beginning. So that's what I'm going to be doing here pretty soon. Hopefully we can get there in just about a couple minutes here. Gotta get through this little fight. And they're picking on him. I don't even know if he's going to make it through this. That a boy mob block. This is the turn, I think, where Mont Blanc goes down. Maybe. Ugh. Go right there. Nice. Come on, attack me. Don't go to... There we go. Go over there. First aid, huh? Man. It's a lot harder than I remember it being. Nice, Mont Blanc, that a boy. Oh, judge points. I forgot about those too. Let's see what those do. I don't really remember. I think he said something about... What does he say here? Okay, you can do combos. That's pretty cool, actually. I didn't remember that. It's the judge's turn. Oh, he can go everywhere. Oh, hey, you got a full heal just because he killed some guy. Whoa, man, a crit? I don't like the crits these guys are getting, or the type of damage they're all doing. They're doing really good. Thunder! This is one of my favorite spells. I just love the animation for it. Are you for real? Man. So frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna go behind him. Hopefully we can get rid of him. Get his step. Nice. Guess man somehow. I'll start the voice acting, I think, once we get to the first kind of, well, actually, probably about right now. I'll get it going just because... Grr, I'm hurt. Where's that potion? Oh, was that against the law? Infraction of law R24601, forbidding items. All violators will be sent to prison. The red card, baby. Whoa, he just got warped away. Kupo, the slammer. I hope I never get sent there. The slammer? Yeah, prison where they send people who break the law there. Oh, it's dark. It's a dark and scary place, Kupo. Perpetrator sentenced and imprisoned. Visitors are asked to go to the prison facility in Sprotham. Sprotham? Prison? What have I got myself into? Thanks for helping me. Never ever call a Bengal lizard, Kupo. I think I'm going to get quickly past this, guys, just because I don't want this episode to be too long as we're getting through still just the basics. I still need to randomize the our party members, just so that kind of makes sense. Man, I am not good at social cues at all right now. Town where I'm from. What is the same place? What a coincidence. Let's get through this. This is where I think it gets a little bit too long. I mean, I understand why they need to explain what's going on. I'm just like, oh, it's a little long. I don't want to get the game, actually. That is a question. What should I do? Come to Mont Blanc for answers. Mont Blanc's Answer House. I think it's such a cool name, Mont Blanc. Like, I love Final Fantasy names. I think they're so just different, like, than everything else. This is the cantina, baby, where they let kids just have fun. There's no school here. I wonder how old our character is, because I mean, he's at school. He's probably pretty young, yet I mean, he's in a clan fighting all these monsters and stuff like that. Like, I wonder. So I think the question of the day, guys, because I kind of wanted to do that in most of my videos, is kind of give you a question of the day, get your conversation going as well, get you some comments on the videos as well. Is what's your favorite Final Fantasy game and why? Is it the first one? Is it the 7? Is it 10? I mean, they're all really, really good. Just give me a number and why it's one of your favorites. I know for this one, for me, it's just nostalgia, and I actually really love the way the battle system is set up. I think it's a lot more engaging long run for than, like, for example, some of the regular Final Fantasy games. Just so you're aware, this is also a name that I did as a kid. I think I'm gonna have a lowercase there. And so I think this kind of keeps you intrigued long run about everything that's going on, like in the game. It really kind of brings it to life because you have to move your guys around and all that stuff. And I really like to think of it kind of as a giant game of chess. So let me know what your favorite Final Fantasy game is and why. Is it the battle system? Is it the level up system? Oh, let's do this as a random thing too. Let me roll a dice really quick, and we'll go that many over, and then we'll roll it one more time, and we'll go that many up. All right. So we got 3 over. So 1, 2, and then we'll come back here for 3, and then let me go. We'll roll it one more time. It's gonna be 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there, right next to the coast. All right, so now I can randomize my guys. I think, yeah, let's do that this episode just because it's going to be a little bit longer, but that's okay for us. All right, so let's start off here. We'll go to the change jobs area, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll a 6-sided die. And so I got 1, so it's going to go 1 over. Okay, so Rick's going to become a thief, which I think is very, like, not even Rick at all. But it'll be totally all right. All right, the next one is going to be Mont Blanc right here. And just roll one more 6-sided die there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Mont Blanc is going to start out as an animist. Very interesting. This is going to change everything I probably had planned. I was hoping they'd at least stay somewhat similar. Oh, and that's another thing is that if they do land on the same thing they are, they do get to be just stay the same class. It doesn't necessarily change it so much. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 2 thieves now. Very interesting. All right, what's this guy? Nil's gonna be 3. 1, 2, 3. So we get a warrior. I really actually like the white mage class. I'm kind of sad about that, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, please stay a white mage. Please stay a white mage. 1. Crap. Okay, so it's gonna become a black mage. I'm okay with that. Some magic going on there. I just really need a white mage now. Let's see what we get here. All right, ready? Last 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, that was completely lucky and unplanned. Fate is having at least a little bit of niceness for me. All right, look, it's Dora the Explorer. I like it. All right, so we have a thief, an animist, another thief, a warrior, a black mage, and a white mage. So, I mean, I have a pretty even team. I'm pretty happy about that. Temple Thieves will be really interesting. We'll see kind of where that goes. And so just remember, they have to have 2 weapons abilities masters before they can change. And thanks you guys so much for joining me here on my Kickback Gaming segment here at Experience Boost. We're very excited to have you listening to us. We're just barely getting started, but we're having a lot of fun. So if you can give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, any suggestions you might have for any ideas for my videos. You know, I haven't played a lot of games, so if you guys have any suggestions for me, we can see what we can do. I can probably start up a couple different segments at the same time just because I'm just going to be basically gaming some stuff here. I'll probably be focusing my stuff more on this for a little while, but I can pick up some stuff anytime soon. So if you have any suggestions of games you think I should play, that you think it'd be really funny to watch me be really bad at, that'd be great. And then also you guys should check out any of the other videos of my brothers. Right now my brother and sister-in-law are doing a Cinderella Phenomenon video, which is like a story kind of choice-like game. And then my little brother and I occasionally guest star on there as well. He's doing a video right now of his run through Super Mario RPG. And you know, we're having a lot of fun. Thanks so much for you guys joining us every day, and we're very grateful for your support. Wish me luck. We'll see how well we do on this playthrough, and we'll see you guys later. All right, and have a great day. Bye.